You lie down on the mat, your feet hip distance apart, your legs in line as if they're lying in train tracks. Have a little touch your chin to lengthen through the back of your head and neck. Open through your collarbones. Bring the heels of your hands onto the bony parts of your pelvis and lie your hands down so your thumbs go towards your tummy button and your fingers go towards your pubic bone. So you've made a little diamond shape with your hand. So I want you to bring the point of the diamond, your fingertips, up into the air by tucking your bottom under, flatten your back into the mat. And then bring your fingertips or the point of the diamond down towards the mat or between your legs by rolling over your seat bones. So roll forwards and backwards, but try and keep your rib cage down. So think about connecting your rib cage to pelvis to try and control that rib cage movement and keep that rib cage down. So I want you to roll forwards and backwards and explore how big a range of movement you can do, keeping that rib cage down. Once you've done that, find your halfway position. So in this position, you should have a small gap in the small of your back, big enough to fit a couple of fingers or a small grape. And your thumb and your fingers should be roughly in line. So those 3 pointers being halfway through between those two movements, having the small gap and your finger and thumb roughly in line means you're probably in your neutral spine position. So this is your ideal pelvic alignment. And in this position, it enables you to most easily activate your core muscles. So we're going to think about them. So first of all, we're going to think about your pelvic floor. So I want you to pull up on your pelvic floor from the back as if you're stopping yourself from passing wind. And as you pull a little bit further, you'll feel the pull come a little bit further forward, as if you're stopping yourself from passing urine. And then if you pull a little bit more, you'll feel your deep tummy muscles harden and flatten. If you just find your pelvic bones there with your fingertips and move in about 2.5 centimetres and down 2.5 centimetres, you should feel it slightly harden and flatten under your fingers. And that's you activating your transverse abdominis, which is your very deepest tummy muscle and works very closely with your pelvic floor. So by activating that pelvic floor and pulling in that little bit stronger, we're activating that transverse abdominis as well. So first of all, we're going to do 10 pull-ups. So you're going to pull up, let go, 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 pull up, let go. Fab. Next, we're going to try and pull up a little bit more, and then as hard as you can, and then drop down again. So totally let go of everything, and you're going to pull up a little bit more, and then as hard as you can. And then you're going to drop down a little bit more, and then totally let go. And then you're going to repeat that 10 times, okay? But I'll let you do that in your own time. The next exercise to do is to try pulling up on that pelvic floor and then holding it. So we're going to pull up and we're going to try and aim to hold it for about 10 seconds while still breathing, and then repeat that 10 times. It may be to start off with, you can only do it once or twice, and that's fine, or you can only hold it 5 seconds, that's absolutely fine. Do what you can and then gradually try and build up to what you're aiming for is that 10-second hold 10 times. And what I want you to make sure is that you're breathing nicely through this. So we're not fixing through our rib cage. Our rib cage is moving up and out like that good bucket handle movement as you're holding your pelvic floor. So you're going to, again, keeping that neutral pelvic position, you're going to pull up on that pelvic floor from the back to the front and then deepen that contraction to feel your deep tummy muscles kicking in. And then you're going to hold that for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. And make sure, as I said, you're getting that good breathing, rib cage breathing, that diaphragmatic breathing, allowing your rib cage to move as you're holding your pelvic floor. So you don't want to fix your upper body when you're doing this. The other pointer is to make sure that you're not feeling like you're tensing too much at the top of your abdominals. It's all coming from nice and low down, okay? So we do those 3 things just to fire up those deeper core muscles. And then once that becomes quite subconscious and you can do it quite easily, then we add in a bit of movement.